What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more MLB plays today over on PrizePicks. Yesterday, we went 2-1 and had a great day yesterday over in the DubClub, cashing another 6-man. Looking to keep it going with some more winners in today's video. We had a pretty solid MLB slate today. It's a really interesting slate. We have a couple of early games, a couple of midday games, and then a couple of late games also. So we got a little bit of everything today. A lot of teams are playing, and PrizePicks has given us some pretty good value on the board today, so I'm excited for this slate. Let's hop in and let's keep cashing. You guys had the like goal in yesterday's video of 150 likes. If we get that again, I will drop a third play in tomorrow's video also. So go ahead and leave a like on this video. 150 likes, I'll drop a third play tomorrow. And while you're down there leaving a like, you may as well subscribe to the channel also with those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. And the final thing before we get to these free plays is to not miss out on checking out the DubClub if you have not already. The DubClub is where you get all of my plays sent straight to your phone, and where we were able to cash out the 6-man yesterday, as well as a couple of other winners also. If you use the link in my description, it will give you access to a special discount with a limited time offer, with only a couple of spots left to get into the DubClub right now. So first I recommend you do when you join the DubClub is connect your Discord to DubClub. That way you get access to all my 6-mans tabs here, my underdog streaks, which by the way, we cashed out that one yesterday too. We started a new underdog streak. Started out pretty good there. You have my 6-mans here. We were able to cash out this bad boy right here yesterday, 52,775 right there with the Brewer stack there. We had a couple of other winners too. You can see here that someone actually profited 62 units yesterday, said I love this Discord. You have this entry here that I was able to cash out two that I posted. It was 80 to 300 right there. Underdog gave a supercharge there, so instead of like 50 to whatever it was, 3x, 50 to 150, ended up being 80 to 300 right there. So shout out to Underdog for that supercharge there. Able to cash us out there on that one. But you also have our 6-man, of course, that we cashed out on yesterday there, which all the members were able to get in on. Really a little bit sweaty there with Mariko there at the end, but he came through for us, man. It was able to cash out this entry. It's a very, very nice one. But it's not even just only my plays available. There's also plays from my contributors. There's 5 of them. There's Asmi's, Emo, Elo, Third One, and Nerd Alert. Asmi's is golf plays. Emo is WNBA. Elo is soccer. Third One is esports. And Nerd Alert is esports. It's a really, really good place to be. The community is extremely positive. Everybody's just trying to win. There's slips posted all the time from some actually really good, profitable guys here that are in the Cord. It's a really, really good place to be. Come join us with the link available in my description. Go get in with that discount and go get in on some 6-mans from me tonight. Looking to go back to back and cash another 6-man. With that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure you play responsibly at your own risk. Leave a like on this video if you have not already, and let's get to these plays. The first play like on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is going to be over in the fantasy score category here. I have an alternative if you guys are on another app out there, but I like Javier Baez today. Over 3 fantasy score on the PrizePicks board. This line is pretty bad. It's a really, really bad line. There's a lot of value here on the board here, considering his normal square is a single on PrizePicks, yet his fantasy score is at 3. If you don't know how fantasy scores work on PrizePicks, basically if he gets a hit, he's already clearing this fantasy score line. He's having at least 3, because any hit is at least 3. He's like a minus 200 today for a hit. So this line makes 0 sense to me whatsoever. The Tigers are also favored over, or at least the Seattle starting pitcher is favored over 5.5 hits allowed. So it just makes so much sense to me to like Javier Baez today. If you're another app out there, though, what I actually like for Baez is going to be the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's like a plus 100, plus 110. I don't mind that spot either. But the fantasy score on PrizePicks, man, is pretty damn good. He said at least 3 fantasy score in 64% of games this year. Like I was saying earlier, he has a hit in 63% of games, and he's like a minus 200 for that today. Any hit is at least 3 fantasy score, and he's a minus 200 to do so. So this line is extremely, extremely favored to at the bare minimum at least push. But Javier Baez has come through me plenty of times this year. I expect him to do so again. The Tigers are going to be favored in this game at home, and when they are in wins, he's been even better. Over in about 72% of games. Wins at home 64%, so he does drop a little bit in home games, but I'm not really super concerned about that. Gets a matchup now against George Kirby and the Mariners. Against righties this year, he's been slightly worse at getting a hit, but again, not too much of a concern for me. He does have not the best history against George Kirby, I will say also, as well as the splits. But at the end of the day, this is just a straight up value. He's pretty good against the sinker, but that's pretty much it for the pitch mix for the most part. It's just a simple value play. I expect Baez to come through here. He'll have 3, if we're lucky, 4 plate appearances here. And at the end of the day, he just simply needs a hit in this spot. Like, it's a really, really good spot for him, with it being like a minus 200. Kirby giving up a lot of hits, expected to give up a lot of hits. He's expected to give up about 6 today. So I think that Baez is in a great spot to, go over his fantasy score here. Also, he doesn't even need a hit. He could get walked and score a run also. And that's another way he can clear this line. He's done that plenty of times this year, actually. He gets a double. He clears this line with 5 fantasy score. There's a lot of different ways he can go over here. He can get a walk. He can steal a base. That's going over as well. He could be a force out with a stolen base. That's 5 fantasy score right there. Fantasy score is one of, if not the best category on the PrizePicks board for so many reasons, which is why part of the reason why I like Baez so much today. A lot of value available on this line, even if it doesn't look the best statistically. Give me the over for Baez in his fantasy score today. Before I get to the next two plays in this video, if you've not already seen Sleeper, it is, in my opinion, one of, if not the best app out there right now. They have some discounts going on right now, as well as a profit boost going on right now. So, for example, I have a 35% profit boost that I can use until I win. You also have the MMA protected pick right now, a $5 protected pick. And I've been on this app and profitable for over a year now. You also have a discount here, too, for the MMA with Ramirez here. So there's two different promos that I have currently on my account, as well as a discount on the board as well. And what's also so great about this app is that they can offer a better payout, potentially, than an app like PrizePicks. For example, if you like Dansby Swanson on the over and Rob Villella, for example, under, this would actually pay out a 3.23x over on Sleeper compared to maybe a 3x on PrizePicks. Maybe you like Swanson's under, it pays out a 3.31x over on Sleeper. If you like Raphael's over with the Swanson under, 3.09x. It's a really, really cool app that can get you a pretty good payout depending on the app or depending on the type of play that you want to play. So it's an awesome app, and they also have some more welcome offers too. If you use promo code DOMG, you can get a first in the prize match up to $100 and a free square when you sign up using my promo code. So they help me out and they help you out. Go join Sleeper if you've not already. All right, I'll get into the second play I like on the PrizePicks board here. We're going to stay in the fantasy score category here, but again, I have an alternative for those of you that are not on PrizePicks. But like Nick Kurtz today, got to kind of space that out a little bit when I say that name. But I'm going to go with Nick here over 5 fantasy score, man. Over 1.5 hit runs and RBIs if you are not on PrizePicks, but I like the over here for his fantasy score here. He's had at least 5 fantasy score in about 61% of games so far this year. At home, 73%. And let alone in games where they win. I don't think they win this game necessarily, but I do think they will be putting up a lot of runs. So kind of get an idea of games when they score some runs, how good he's been. In wins this year, he's been over in 75%. Wins at home, 83%. You can just see how good he has been, especially at home. And there's a good reason for that. It's because they play in a minor league stadium, man. They play in a minor league stadium, and also the wind is blowing out today. The over-under is the highest on the slate, I believe. I think it's up there with Cincinnati. I think it is still the highest, I believe, on the over. It's either the first or second on the slate. So overall, he's in a great spot, though. He's like a minus 105, minus 120 over 1.5 hit runs and RBIs. There's still a little bit of value, though, on the fantasy score line because he's been over in 50% of games, his hit runs and RBIs. Fantasy score, though, he's over in 46%, but he's had at least 5 and 61%. So you can kind of see the difference there. And while I kind of prefer the fantasy score, there's just so many ways a player can go over fantasy score. So I like it, especially when I already like the hit runs and RBIs on the over, if that kind of is making sense here. They have a tougher matchup on paper against Kevin Gausman, but with the weather being so good and him also expected to give up about 6 hits today, I think he's in a pretty great spot. He has been batting very good this year against righties since he is a lefty himself, for a 275 batting average, but Gausman has actually struggled a little bit this year. He's had a 4.13 ERA, although he has been a little bit better against lefties, somewhat surprisingly, with a 1.86 ERA, which is pretty damn good. Or I'm sorry, a 1.86 batting average, which is very good. But the ERA does suck a little bit at 3.88, so... but overall, Nick has a 3.69 weighted on-base average, and he faces mainly the fastball and the splitter today. The fastball is a 4.27 on-base average, while the splitter is a 1.13. So he does struggle against the splitter. However, that's only 8 plate appearances for him. So not really concerned about that. It's a very small sample size. At the end of the day, too, though, he is crushing that fastball, which he throws more than half of the time. So I think Nick is in a pretty great spot here to go over his fantasy score at 5, or also the 1.5 hit runs and RBIs, because I like the A's offense a lot today. They're at home in a minor league stadium, and at the end of the day, Gausman has struggled a little bit this year in terms of ERA, even if he has been a little bit better against lefties. So I'm expecting the A's to put him into some run and RBI opportunities to just help him clear that fantasy score line, or also his hit runs and RBIs line. So that is what I'm going to like today, is Nick over the 5 fantasy score. But I have a third play for you guys in this video for hitting the like goal yesterday. If you want a third play tomorrow, leave a like on this video here. 175 or I don't remember what I said. Maybe it was 150. 150 likes, and I'll drop a third play tomorrow. This next play here is going to be over in the hits category because I like Ernie Clement today in that same exact game, the Blue Jays and the Oakland A's. Not Oakland anymore, but I like Clement here to have a hit. I think he's in a great spot to just simply have a hit in this game here. If you were to pair him and a May square together on PrizePicks, like for example, if you want to pair him with Nick, it's going to be a 2x on PrizePicks. But Clement here, I think, is in a great spot. He's had a hit in 63% of games this year and is a goblin on the PrizePicks board. There's a pretty important factor to his game here. We did the same thing yesterday with Caleb Durbin. You can see here that he's facing a lefty, and he is a lefty killer. Against lefties this year, he has actually been over this in 82% of games. Look at this here between righties, 56%, lefties, 82%. If you know anything about handiness in baseball, it's a huge factor for guys getting a hit and actually seeing some success. He's only missed this one time since like in the middle of May, for example. I mean, right there is the only game he missed. Really was back on June 3rd, but since like pretty much May. But you see here also in away games, he's been a little bit better against lefties, especially. He's had a hit in 9 straight games against a lefty, and with them being on the road. The Blue Jays are favored in this game. In games where they win this year, a little bit of a better hit rate. Wins against lefties, 86%. A lot of reasons based off those splits to like Ernie Clement so much. I almost expected him to lead off today. That's where he's expected to hit, is the leadoff spot. Also, you can see he's had a 1 hit and 1 plate appearance against Jacob Lopez in the past. He's hitting a 396 against lefties, while Lopez has been very bad against righties with a 258 right there batting average allowed. So already though, you can just see the splits are just beautiful here. This is just like lights off light bulbs in my head. He throws mainly the fastball and the slider, 314 on base average against the fastball though, a 336, and the slider a 268. So overall, not anything to worry about there. Pretty solid. There's a lot of reasons to like him today though. If you are looking for a main square though too, what I like is also his over a run. Only a 40% hit rate, but against lefties at 55%. Wins against the lefty, you can see he's been over this since 71%, 10 out of 14. A lot of reasons to like him there as well. On the road, even better for the most part too. So give him the over today for Clement at either half a run, but also especially his hit on the PrizePicks board today. So put the spots for all these guys in this video here. Again, another reminder though, to join the DubClub if you have not already, there's a link available in my description to get you a little bit of a discount to join. We're looking to cash another 6-man today. We've been killing it on these 6-mans all year. These have been extremely profitable for us this year. We're up a ridiculous amount of units on these 6-mans. It's like well over 50 units of profit. It's insane how good of an MLB season we've already had because of these 6-mans. But we also had a ton of different winners yesterday. Like I said, we started off our underdog streak. I showed you guys that underdog entry before that also. There's a lot of value available over in this Discord, not even just from me, but also my contributors here. They all do some great work. It's a great place to be. Come join us with the link in my description. Get access to your first month with a little bit of a discount. Actually, 2 more things before the end of the video here, but the second one's going to be more important for some of you guys. But here, you guys can actually get a free month of my DubClub if you happen to use promo code DOMG on an app that I'm affiliated with. Just take a screenshot and send that to domgpropsvip@gmail.com. That includes apps like Sleeper, which I showed off earlier. So if you happen to use promo code DOMG on Sleeper, I can send you back a free month of my DubClub. You just take a screenshot and send that to my email right there, and you could get a free month. Just that easy. But another thing I should also mention is I actually posted a free 6-man yesterday over on Twitter. I mentioned that in yesterday's YouTube video, and we cashed it out. That was a free 6-man that I cashed yesterday. So I posted that one for free over on Twitter, as you can see right here. And we turned that one into 50 to 750 right there. Really nice entry right there, of course. Can't really go wrong getting a 6-man, especially when it's posted for free. So go follow me on Twitter if you have not already at domgprops. You can potentially get some more free 6-mans from me over there. But thank you for watching. So for the next video, best of luck. If you want to make over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right here.